Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Just want to share with you some personal experiences. So we're just going to backtrack a little bit. We're going to go back to when I was in Japan and just work out some of the reasons why I got UC, I got ulcerative colitis in the first place. And you know, there are different aspects. Definitely diet has a role to play in that, but your mental health has a huge role as well to play, and it all works together, so it all connects. So your mental health connects with the food that you eat, and you know, this is what I kind of went through, and I want to share with you that experience. And if you can relate to that, then it's awesome, and you can do something about it, just like I have as well. So I was teaching English in Japan at the time, and you know, the Japanese people, they're very regimented in what they do. There's a huge structure in their society, and they're not very flexible. And me, I'm like the opposite. I'm very flexible. I like to make things as easy as possible for me, and you know, there's no rule books, you know, and I don't like following rules. So you know, while the work environment had that structure, I think that's where, you know, my downfall, that's where I was starting to get really frustrated, because I didn't obviously like what they were doing. And in the work environment, if you work in Japan, you have to follow what they do. And that, I think that's what made me really get sick, because all that frustration, all that built up anger was going straight to my gut. And you know, the season was winter. It didn't help the situation. It was like -10 degrees, and it was like snowing up to here. So you know, I couldn't really do anything. My kitchen was pretty much frozen, because in Japan, or in my apartment, there was no insulation whatsoever. So it was about -10 degrees outside and about 15 degrees inside my apartment. I had the aircon full blast, you know, and it still wasn't heating up, because the heat would just sap away. So, you know, crazy times. There was just so much going on. I was really frustrated, really angry, and you know, this is what led to me thinking really negative. And negativity is not going to help your situation at all. You know, I was always telling myself, you know, why do they do this way? Why do they do that? You know, why can't it be done this way? Why can't it be done that way? I had so many questions that, you know, if I had just accepted, I think that's the biggest thing. If I'd accepted that this is what Japanese culture is, then I would have been completely fine. But it was just getting to me, you know, and that was what was really frustrating. So anyway, the diet that I was eating, you know, before UC, okay, so every night I couldn't cook for myself. It was way too cold. So I'd go to the restaurant, I'd get a takeaway, I would get a pork cutlet, which was deep fried. It would have an egg on top of it, some onions, and rice underneath. And that, along with a cold coffee for dinner every single day. Breakfast was cereal with cow's milk, like cornflakes. And lunch was provided by the school, and that included, like, sometimes it was fish, sometimes it was just noodles, miso soup, along with rice. So again, not the best diet, and that made things a little bit worse as well. The mental health was declining. You know, I was always being really negative, and then the food kind of triggered that and kick-started the dis-ease in my body. So I started to feel really crap in my digestion. I was feeling really tired when I used to get home, and you know, I was also going to the gym, which, you know, I didn't feel very good at the gym, because I was you know, putting in all this hard training, and I was feeling really low. So that was unfortunate, really. So this was one of the reasons why I believe I got UC. Okay, being very emotional as a person, couldn't accept the fact that this was happening in my life. All those factors really play a role in why you get dis-ease of the body. And if you're thinking really negative, if you're angry, all those emotions build up in our body and create a chemical imbalance. And you know, while there wasn't too much stress, I would say, it was more just thinking really negatively, and that was building up. And so obviously, you know, that's when I started to get really poor digestion. Went to the doctor, and you know, he diagnosed me with mild colitis. And obviously then, you know, I went through the whole drug route and ended up with severe ulcerative colitis, and ended up, you know, they wanted to remove my colon until I managed to, you know, resolve the diet and then resolve my mind, because, you know, mind has a huge part to play. And I think here are some resources that I use. So Louise Hay, she's a really amazing person. She unfortunately recently just passed away, which, you know, is not, you know, unfortunate, but she has written a book called You Can Heal Your Life, and she's also made a DVD which helped me immensely when I was going through my healing phase. Changed my perspective on things. It changed my mind from being negative to positive, and all those things really helped me get my, you know, body in shape, get my body in track. So, you know, if you're out there and you can relate to what was going on with me, you know, post a comment down below and I'll happily reply. And you know, check out Louise Hay. She's got an amazing voice, and she's a really good speaker, and you know, that might help you as well. So just sharing my experiences. You know, give this video a like if you share the same experience with me, and you know, post down below if you have anything to say. But other than that, we'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.